Okay, so welcome back to episode 3. We're still working on the mansion. Um Still trying to figure out recording audio at the same time as video. So, I am continuing with the voiceovers. So, as you watch, you'll see me start laying out the carpet for the upstairs landing out of the grand staircase, and I'm just experimenting here using white as an accent color. Kind of breaks up the red a bit. Um, so I'm just adding that on the outside, only on one side of the carpet. And I've placed down a block of wool to mark out where the wall is going to be. Also, in this episode, I am going to start adding the walls around the main floor, and so there will be a small little jump cut in maybe about 2 minutes. Um, and in that time, I'm just looking up different ideas, different wall designs, and choosing the best one that I like. Um, this is after I attempt to recreate what the mansions, the natural spawning mansions in game have with the with either the dark oak or spruce exterior walls. I just decided I didn't like that, and so I switched to actually looking up a wall design pattern. So here you can see me attempting the pattern on the dark oak forest mansions. Um, Kind of take a step back and look at it, see if I like it, uh, which I don't. So then I just look up a wall design and go with that. So here, yeah, just filling it in a bit, and soon I should realize I don't really like it. Um, yeah, going off of the design that I picked and am working on currently, I can uh, I can tell a vast difference. So here I just decide to look up wall design, and I seem to have found one that I like. So I'll go ahead and use that. Um, I can put a link in the description of the for the wall designs. Um, so it has some it has grass blocks in the middle with two cobblestone stairs on either side, spruce trapdoors, and on top of the cobblestone, upside down cobblestone stairs are oak planks, and then the window sits right in the middle of that, and you'll see me once I put the spruce logs around the door frame, you'll see me decide on a wall color that I will like. I believe I originally go with a terracotta. I don't remember if that's a white terracotta. I think it is a white terracotta. And then I eventually decide that does not look that good. And I change it to a light gray terracotta. And then eventually I land on bricks. So you can see I start out with the white terracotta. It looks okay-ish, but doesn't really go well with the spruce. So I think I decide that pretty soon. So here I'm just copying the left side window. And I'll put these windows all around the mansion. Here I'm just taking a look back, deciding that white terracotta is not the best color, so I go with a light gray. I believe is what that color is. I mean, it's getting closer, but eventually I do go with the bricks, which I think, looking at it now, is the better option. So, like I said, I will link the video, or the video in the description for the wall designs that I liked. So if you want to check those out, feel free to take a look. So this episode is just about putting down the walls, and finishing off that entryway. And I'll also kind of start laying out where I want things done on the inside. I always lay things out using wool or another kind of block first, just to see where I want things put. Kind of helps me visualize doing it. So I just am replacing old wool with spruce logs, and then spruce wood at the corners. I remember back in 1.6, you could only get the wood types where it had the bark pattern on all the faces, using only commands. Here I'm just trying to decide whether or not I want windows in these locations because that's where the stairs are, or if I want something else. And I eventually do decide to go with the windows. And then I use a debug stick to make sure that it's not connecting to the blocks on the inside. Um, Try to fill it in with the wall. Decide I don't like that. Try to fill one in, and I don't like that either. So I just decide to use glass or use glass and then use the debug stick to have it not connect with the interior wall, because you would see it from the outside. Adding some lanterns at the door. I'll move those walls up by one in a bit, and then lanterns just to add a bit of extra light. I'll also add lanterns on the corners. Like I said, just to give it a bit extra light, make it look more warm and cozy. So yeah, my plans are, once I finish the mansion, I'll check that off from the to-do list, and then I'll find something else on that list I want to complete. Whether it's just go back and finish out a city block, or just like building a prison or working on the ocean. But I'll consider the mansion fully done once I connect the driveway, the road up to the roundabout driveway with the other roads. Then that will be the last thing I do. So once you see me do that, then you know I am done with the mansion. If I sound a bit stuffy, it's allergy season, and yeah, every allergy season my nose just gets stuffy and it gets hard to breathe, and so I just sniffle a lot. So this is October 20 or September 25th. October's in a few days, next week actually, and so yeah, looking forward to that. There's a lot of things going on in October. So yeah, Halloween is fast approaching. That may be your favorite holiday. I know it is one of my favorites. Not really because of the spooky factor of it. I'm not really a horror movie kind of guy. A few of my friends are trying to get me into the horror genre, and but I like more watching the behind the scenes of movies and seeing how they did it. I kind of, if I did have to watch horror movies, I would choose like the old 80s horror movies, like Halloween, or Scream, or what's another one? Nightmare on Elm Street, with Freddy Krueger. I would choose those movies. The old slashers. those are the horror movies I would watch. Yeah, those are the only kinds I would want to watch. I kind of like the practical side of movies. Um, yeah, after Halloween, I would say also because um, Halloween being one of my favorite holidays, because I liked to make my own costumes. I went as a Dalek one year. Um, the Dalek I made myself using 3 cardboard boxes, and I painted them blue. I burnt through maybe 3 or so containers of blue acrylic paint, trying to paint all those boxes. Yeah, I went with a Dalek for one year. That was that was fun, but kind of fell apart and was hard to get into. Um, then I kind of went as a clone trooper one year. Um, well, I say clone trooper. It was the helmet started out as a Master Chief helmet, and then it kind of evolved from there into a mixture of like Star Wars and Halo, and kind of also my own kind of creation. And that took about 3 years to finally get that costume down correctly. And the first year it was just the helmet and sweatpants and a gray shirt with blue sleeves and a backpack and a Nerf gun. And I didn't win any prizes for that. There was a local church had like a Halloween party and costume party really, and best costume won like prizes like gift cards or whatever. And it was like a connecting way for kids or whatever that they were doing. I don't really know, but I didn't win anything that year, and they put this on every year. So the next year I went, and they handed out candy and basically like trick or treating costume party, and let's see, kind of the same exact thing. The helmet was more defined this year, but just the same kind of sweatpants shirt, had a cape on, and a backpack and Nerf gun. Didn't win anything that year either. Um, Dalek, the year I went as the Dalek, I got runner up. I lost to a kid who went as Jelly Beans, which is an interesting costume. Just a clear trash bag filled with balloons. Um, Only a few people knew who I was. Those people who watch Doctor Who. But the third year is the year I put some work in it. Started in June, building the costume, and made it out of cardboard and rolls of duct tape. Um, I have blue trim, so like blue quote paint on the armor, which was really just blue duct tape. I later changed it to actual blue acrylic, so I could like wipe it off and smudge it with black paint to make it look worn and used and abused. And but I used blue duct tape that year, and it took me took me a few months to build that costume. I remember going down to my grandparents' house um, to work on it, cause just spend the day down there, work on it in the basement, and I worked on it for a few months, and then it was ready to go. And Halloween rolled around, and the costume party came around, and I went. I went with a friend who went as Captain America, had a plywood shield, which looked awesome. But yeah, they called my name when they got to like high school boys. High school boys best solo costume. They called my name, and I had added a little light system in the helmet, and so the helmet would glow blue. Um, if the lights were dim, you could see it the best, but the helmet would glow blue, and it was so cool. And I go up there and I get like a $25 McDonald's gift card. I was so happy with myself, because that's like one of the few times I actually have won costumes or won any kind of competition. Um, I've won. I won a raffle, or my dad won a raffle. I don't remember who won, but county fair had a train set. Um, Union Pacific train. I want to say it's like 31 something is the engine number. I don't know. I don't remember. It's at my parents' house. But yeah, you put your name in the raffle, and local radio station was doing it, and at a certain time in the day or a certain time later that week, they would announce the winner over the radio, and it was either me or my dad who won. I was little at the time, and so I think it was my dad, and picks me up from school, or no, I think school was out at that time, but or maybe it wasn't. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. So we go, and we pick up the train set, and I had so much fun with that train set. I still have it, but I always wanted to have like a designated train set room, but never had the uh, never had the space for it. But that would be something I would really enjoy. I love model trains, and I love Legos. I love playing and, well, building with Legos. So you can kind of see where the love for Minecraft kind of came from. Just the endless sandbox, and whatever you want to build, you can. I used to have a building world, um, where I would just throw random builds in that I made. This was back in like 1.6 ish. Um, yeah, I got the game in 1.8. That's when I started playing. But I played 1.6 more than I played 1.8 or 1.9. Um, Mainly because of a modding class put on by a company called Youth Digital. I took those: Mod Design 1, Mod Design 2, mod design dimensions. Um, Mod design 1 was quite fun to learn. I learned just basic Java from that. Um, Sadly, I don't have that mod I made anymore because it was lost on a PC that crashed. And the files got corrupted, so I lost that, which kind of made me sad. But I mean, it's what happens, I guess. Um, but Then I did mod design dimensions, which you got to learn just the basics of coding a portal and troubleshooting and making your own dimension, and it was really fun. And then that was on 1.6, so I played that version a lot. And then a few years later, I think 2 years later, I got Mod Design 2, also from Youth Digital. That company is, I don't think it's named Youth Digital anymore. I think it's a new company, but I think they were bought out by another company and just, I mean, you know what happens to corporations sometimes, or companies, they just get bought out and change names, so I don't know what they're called anymore. But Mod Design 2 was on 1.12, and I still have that mod actually. I worked on it last night a bit, just adding in ores and ore generation and just learning the basics of Java, expanding a bit on what I know. And yeah. So in this part of the video, I am building chandeliers. Just finishing up the interior of the grand balconies, and just making it look a bit nicer. So I had a few ideas in my head about chandeliers. None of them really turned out that well. So I just I thought about extending it into 2 tiers, but it didn't really work out that way. So I just decided to do 1 tier instead. But you can see me play around for a few minutes with the idea of a 2-tiered chandelier until I decide to just go with 1 tier. I use the debug stick doing that. But yeah, the debug stick and command blocks have really helped out. More so the debug stick than command blocks, but yeah, it's really nice that in the newer updates they added the creative tab for all of the command blocks and debug stick and all the items you have to get used to get by commands. Here you can see me decide that I just want 1 tier, then trying to figure out whether I want that fence on the upper or lower portion of the chandelier. I go with the upper because it looks a bit smoother. Yeah, it just makes it look a lot nicer when it's on the upper rather than lower. in a few minutes you'll see another jump cut that is me trying to figure out the command to add arms onto the armor stands. So I will also put that command down in the description if you want to use it. Here I'm just mapping out where I want some supports for the interior. I'm trying to line it up a bit. I want to say 6 supports. Add some torches around it just to get a bit of light. Start kind of just making this mansion a little less dark and gloomy. Just counting out floor tiles. Also with the checkerboard pattern, it makes it a lot easier to figure out how far away something is, because you can just eyeball it easier than the non-checkerboard patterns. Yeah. I expand the pillars out by 3, because I decided just want them a bit further out so I can have a bit more room to work. And then I'll extend the carpet into this atrium. Just add a bit more color into it. I'm still trying to decide on whether or not I want to add like a grandfather clock. The only thing is I don't know how to build one, so I'll most likely look up a tutorial on it. And if I find one I like and I end up building it, on recording I'll throw the tutorial into the description. That is if you guys want to build it too. So yeah, just finishing off adding the pillars in, and then then I'll start building a kitchen probably in the next episode. The kitchen will be right in front of the opening to the door. Here I'm just adding in the supports to all the corners of the building, or all the corners of the rooms. Also helps when giving it a bit of light. That way I can see a bit more since I already have a floor in. Just gives it a bit more light, makes it look a lot nicer. So that room will be the theater, and then this room that I'm adding pillars on will be the game room, or like just the community room you can kind of just hang out, play games, stuff like that. Yeah, game room. This room will be the kitchen, which I'll start building in the next episode, and you can watch as I struggle trying to figure out why all the ice is melting. Spoiler: it's because of the light fixtures. The lights keep melting the ice, and then the water just warms it up. So that cut there was me figuring out the command to add arms onto armor stands. So I will throw that command in the description as well, along with the link to the video for all the wall designs. So if you're building a mansion yourself, you can choose which one you want. So this is everything done that I wanted to do in this episode. So, next one I will start on the kitchen. But for now, I'll see you guys later. Bye.